Alright, so there doesn't seem to be any birds on the bird bath. We saw... Oh! Shit, the bird! Morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are in the world. Welcome back to the channel, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to some more Grounded. Today is the big update. That is right, it's Wednesday the 26th. We have our big update today. And in this video, we're going to show you absolutely everything that is in the update, including water fleas, the big badass crow, footsteps that are scattered around the yard, the new burgle chip, which gives you new unlocks, the new mutations or perks, new unlocks, new building, and feather locations. And also all of the behind the scenes things, the bug fixes and stuff like that. So first of all, before we get into everything that's new and take a little look around at the new world, let's pull up the patch notes just so you can see what's been fixed just within the background. Let's take a look at it. Alright, so as you guys can see here, August content update notes. This came out yesterday, but obviously the update went live today, August 26, 2020. So these are the things that we're just going to look over, just in case you guys didn't know. I think it's good to look at this real quick. So, top community issues. This is bug fixes on all platforms. Incapacitated players are now saved instead of ignoring when a save game is made or they exit the game. With this, players that reload in an incapacitated character will have their backpack spawned where they died instead of them just spawning without their inventory in the world, not retroactive. So next up, items and insects will spawn onto the world less, cleaning up items, insects that have fallen through the level upon loading into the game. This should help with insect population egg spawning. This is something that's huge. I'm always walking along and I can hear insects and things fighting that are inside of the world that I can't see, so that's a pretty big one. Insects should no longer spawn inside of the large pond rocks, which is good. That's where I hear them most. Any insect currently in the rocks upon load should be snapped out. This should help with insect population and egg spawning. That's good, because I personally haven't seen any eggs yet, but that's probably the reason, because there's so many of them spawned in the game. Not the eggs, like different insects, but they're hidden, so you can't kill them or move them, so the eggs won't spawn. Grass planks will no longer fall through the ground. I've kind of seen that, but it's not that big of an issue for me. Fixed hedge berries appearing in incorrect positions for clients, making them very difficult to harvest. Again, I haven't personally witnessed this, but obviously it's a big issue, and they fixed it. Fixed torch sound effects. Again, I didn't have any issues with that, but it's big enough for them to say it's a top community issue. So there you go. If you're worried about that, it's been fixed. I also wanted to mention, because I don't know if I talk about this later on in the video, but the mints, you can no longer, there's no like bug, so you can't harvest them halfway and then wait till the next day and then keep doing it. You can only get the actual chunks of mint now when you destroy the whole thing, just like any other things. But ants will now find them. So ants will find random mints throughout the garden. So if you find an ant that has them, they will drop some mint pieces. So I guess that's the compromise. Insects should no longer walk through walls when not looking at them or when they are at your far away base. Again, I haven't seen that, but my base is above the floor, so they can't walk through my walls. Fixed giant arrows sometimes spawn in when shot into a large insect. Again, I haven't seen that, but I have seen pictures of it in their Discord, so there you go. So major fixes. Multiplayer clients will no longer crash when despawning droplets containing items. So game fixes, optimize building, collapsing, so the game will no longer lock up when collapsing huge structures. I haven't collapsed any huge structures, but this is just for anyone out there that has. The game will no longer crash when collapsing very long structures. Buildings can no longer be placed in invalid locations during their grid snap. See, this is for me, I'm worried about this. I am worried because I have placed things in invalid locations. I know I have, so I'm terrified. We'll look at this in a second. Gnats will now need a little more delta V than a bounce web can provide if they want to go into space. I haven't had them go on my bounce webs, or I haven't seen them, but that's pretty funny. Fixed a problem where insects would not become appropriately hungry or sleepy after the player slept. Now this is something that I didn't know existed. So does that mean in the mornings when I wake up, things are going to start hunting me? Because if that's the case, I'm terrified. So items, equipment, and resources. Standalone buildings that are attached to walls and floors will collapse as well if the floor or wall they are on collapses. That's something that I didn't know, but I have been wary about, and I'm going to have to reinforce my base, definitely. Large rake rock now has proper collision. Soda pop can now be dumped from the canteen. Fixed water droplets near sprinkler and oak tree that respawned immediately when you approached. Fixed gas arrows not being one-time use. Again, didn't know that. I'm sure that's going to be annoying because gas arrows are very expensive to build. So the fact that they're a one-time use is, but it makes sense, it makes sense. Rotten bee armor can no longer be repaired for free. I've never tried it on, but I do own it. Workbench light will no longer be disabled after loading a save. So the UI, feel free to pause this if you want to read it. It's nothing that I've ever really noticed, and I skimmed through it, and there was nothing that seemed huge. But if you do want to read that, just pause it and take a little look. The same with the bug fixes, Windows 10 sort. If you want to pause this and take a look, feel free. So that's it. The main things for me were obviously the game, major bugs, and top community issues that have all been fixed. Sorry, real quick. In addition to yesterday's, or the notes we just talked about, they've added some more. So we can see new feature. We have the bird, includes new crafting materials and recipes from bird feathers, which we will see in this video. Perk system with 13 unique perks to discover. New burgle quest types. Crafting quests. Quests asking you to locate burgle chips. Added fence building. Added table buildings. Added water flea, ambient insect to flooded biome. We're going to go over all of this in this video. They've also changed a few things on combat. So buff damage to the spider fang dagger. So it's on the higher end of tier 2 weapons. Buff damage to the spike traps, which we needed. Spiders learn a new set of attacks to choose from instead of just their basic bite, which I'm terrified about. Added a brief force delay between block start events, preventing the player from perfect blocking and mashing the block button, which slightly reduced the bonus damage given by the eye patch. I never wore that anyway. Adjust lava blade poison proximity so it's consistent. Reduce the stun ratings of two-handed weapons. Slightly reduce the amount of damage the mint mallet deals with tier progression. Tier 2 insects and now have a cooldown after being stunned before they can be stunned again. Perfect blocking no longer reduces armor durability. If you want to read through like the interface and world and things like that, feel free to pause it here. I'm not going to read through all of them, but there's quite a lot of new things. It's actually a really cool update. But the map has changed a little bit, just to summarize. They've changed some of the locations of certain things. It's not a huge change, but a lot of the water near where the sprinklers are has changed on both sides. But that's pretty much it. So now we're here, we're back in my base. So right now, what you are watching, I am recording this part before the update. So this is my update my base I should say, pre-update. So it looks pretty nice, you know what I mean? We've got a nice little gate, we're on top of this rock. This is our front door. And we've got our base up here. It's a very nice base. But a lot of it, I've said when I built it, I had to finagle it a little bit because I couldn't build it properly. So I'm terrified that what we're about to see here in a second with the new update is that this is going to be just crumbled to the ground. And I'm terrified if that's the case. And I'm tempted to move things into lower, chests and things. But this is how my base is right now. We have tons of chests. We have a lot of things. And I'm scared that this thing's going to crumble to the ground. We also have this door over here, which leads to our nice, walkway that goes all along the top over here. I'm also worried, because I had to finagle these things too, to get them into place properly. And I'm worried that they're all going to disappear. So, ladies and gentlemen, this is the base as you see it. Let's take a little step back here. And we'll just have a little look at it. This is the beauty of our base, okay? Now what we're going to do is we're just going to have a quick little spin around. And when we turn back around, we're going to be in the new update that is here today. So ladies and gentlemen, this is my before base. And after. Alright, so the base is still standing, which is great. Let me just double check it. This is the new update now we are in, ladies and gentlemen. Everything seems to be standing. You can see that the markers are all different. So now this is the stink bug parts. We'll go over this. Custom markers. So you can see they've kind of changed. So spider parts, obviously ant parts, people parts, I don't know. Tools. So you can see they've changed it out a little bit. Which is cool. I wish they would add even more, to be honest with you. But let's take a little look at the icons. If I go to... So resources. Let's see. So spider, everything looks the same here. Ant part. This is now the back end of an ant. The ant head is obviously the ant head. Ant mandibles is the soldier ants now. They've changed the icons. This is all the same. The stink bug gas sack is now different. Stink bug part is different. Ladybug part is different. Ladybug head's different. Let's see. Grub goop has changed a little bit. Boiling gland is different. It used to look the same, if you guys remember, as the acid gland. So now they've changed that to make it look a little bit better. Bombardier part has changed. Berry chunk looks the same. Spider chunk is now different. It actually looks like a dead spider. Fungal growth. I think it looked like that already, but I can't really remember, to be completely honest with you. Mint chunk, something that's interesting, is obviously the mint chunk now. People are like, they're going to be just found. The ants are going to find hidden ones. So when you kill ants now, they could have mint chunks on them. So when they disappear from, if you've already harvested them all, now you're going to be able to find them by killing ants. Okay, so this has changed a little bit with the roast. I think, maybe not. Let's see. And everything else looks pretty much the same. We're going to go to sleep here in a second, though, obviously, because we want to see. I don't like recording at nighttime. Base building. Triangle grass wall has always been there. What's the difference? Oh, it's an upside down one. Okay, interesting. What else? Roof corner square. I mean, it looks pretty normal to me. I think we need to just get new things, you know what I mean? Which we're going to be doing today. Acorn fence, there you go. Oh, this is good. They have a sprig fence and an acorn fence. I like that acorn fence. So you need 2 acorn shells, an acorn top, and thistle, which is good. We have tons of that on us. We're able to show you guys that today. Let's see. Armor. Grass table. Looking good. Looks like it's made of ant legs. Is that correct? Yeah, ant parts. And then clover table. Okay, also ant parts. Okay. Another thing they added is this status right here. So you can get mutations. We'll discuss that later on in the video when we find stuff. Alright, so the good thing is, the base is still standing. So that's exciting. Everything seems like it's still standing. Everything looks exactly the same as it did. That's something that I was worried about. I did change this yesterday and added another pillar here, just in case. I don't think that's the reason it's still standing, but it is still standing. It looks like over here as well, all of the things that I was worried about, like this, is still standing. We'll check out building here in a second. But everything's looking normal. Everything's looking normal. Okay, so the daylight is coming. First things first, let's go check out the water. So also, the spider attacks, as we mentioned. So the spiders are going to have different attacks now. You can see the insects are on top of the rocks, not inside of them. That's one of the updates. There should no longer be insects that are inside of the rocks or stuck inside the rocks. I don't believe there's any updates in here, in this water. But we're going to check. Has it always had broken leaves like this? I don't know. I mean, this looks kind of cool. I did change my gamma just because it'll help out in the dark areas. So these acorn shells will all disappear now unless I harvest them. It seems really dark, like super blurry. Alright, so as we thought, there's not really anything in this pond, which is sad. There will be updates coming on this, but as of right now, there's nothing in here. What the? Oh my god, the sound of these things coming out of the ground. Oh, Jesus Christ. The sounds have changed. The sounds have definitely changed. Alright, we're not going to that science center, that's for sure. What the bloody hell is that? The mites are way more aggressive. Since I've been doing the, like, running over towards this, the mites are way more aggressive. Okay, so in here. What the hell? Why is one of those in the bloody water? Things are going in the water and they seem to not care about it. So mites can swim? I used to run in the water because I thought it was safe. They're splashing about, guys. They're splashing about. You can see one of the new creatures right there. But this is... Okay, so you can't run into the water anymore. And there's also a bloody lava thing in here. Where's it gone? See over there? It's just chilling. But where's the new thing? Okay, this is the new thing. I want to kill it, but there's like... Is that thing gonna, like, just attack me right there? I think that's weird. I don't think they just chill out in the water like this. Water flea. Alright, we collected water flea meat. believe that's the only new creature. I believe that's the only new creature. I mean, the underground has definitely changed a lot with this dry leaf and stuff. There's another flea. They look kind of weird, but, you know, whatever. Alright, can I just get out of here, please? Oh. And the water biome's changed a lot, too. So we're here. They've made it bigger, but it's also... It's just changed. It's changed a lot. But I think that's about it. Alright, before we continue on to the next thing, do you reckon we should try and see if we can kill one more? We'll analyze the meat and everything we find that's new as well at the end here. The weirdest thing though was seeing the lava in the water. It was just chilling, which was kind of weird. Wasn't a huge fan of that. There's another one. It looks like a snowman. Should I try this instead? Okay, you can't use that. It has to be the spear. Did I get the meat? I did. There's another one there. They're not... it looks like a... I'm telling you, it's like a snowman or something just flying or floating around in here. I'm sorry, little guy. It's just the way it has to be right now. Why did it go up to the top? Inventory full. Why didn't I get rid of everything? Yeah, see, this is in a different location now. Okay. So this is what the water flea meat looks like. So they obviously haven't chose a thing for it yet. And they don't stack on top of each other. But it also isn't giving us, let's say, a large chunk of water flea. Seems edible, but could probably be used for something else. It doesn't have the red dot next to it, so I can analyze it. But we'll try it anyway. Okay, on to the next thing. The bird. So there's no bird there right now. Surely this is where the bird's going to be. More of these little guys. They were just in these swampy areas. Alright, what we'll do is we'll climb up to the bird bath. And we'll see what we can see from up there. I can hear a bird. I wonder if you can hear, if you can see them flying around. I can hear a duck too, I'm gonna be honest. Did you get... Look! Is it a dove? Or is it a blackbird? Can it just attack me like I'm a little grub? Also, the, we've already mentioned it, but the little berries, they float on water now. Which makes it easier harvest. Mutation detected. Natural Explorer. View in the status tab. What is this? With each landmark found, you gain a better understanding of the lay of the land. Your tiny feet traverse the yard like it's the back of your hand. So these are like perks. I have 0-3 active, so you can choose new perks to have. Just equip. I've equipped the perk. I don't know what this perk is going to do for me. But we've equipped it. Alright guys, we are at the bird bath. I don't see anything here. But supposedly birds are going to be around, so we'll see. Alright, so there doesn't seem to be any birds on the bird bath. We saw... Oh! Shit, the bed! It sounds like a T-Rex! What happens if I shoot it? It sounds like a T-Rex! We're going to it. That thing scared the life out of me. I was like, oh yeah, there's no sign of one. You can't get close to it. Well, that was unfortunate. I tried jumping and it had like a force field around it. That thing is massive. We need to get back up there. That scared the life out of me. We're going back up. We're going back up. We're going back up. Alright guys, we're back. Unfortunately, the bird has flown away. The bird's flown away. Sorry, I just made my gamma brighter again so we could see because it was a little dark. The bird's flown away. Which sucks. Well then. So it lands on this branch, not actually in the bird bath. So it landed like here where I am. That's crazy. That thing scared the life out of me. Alright guys, we are back at the birdhouse. I've climbed up here. This is the branch, I think, that it stepped on. Maybe it's this one. I was standing over on this one over here before, that's behind the leaf. I'm just going to wait here for a second and see what happens. Because we fell down. We'll wait for a sec and see what happens. I'll come back to you guys. Alright guys, we've waited almost an entire day cycle. And still nothing. I'm going to wait until it is officially dark. Just to make sure I've done a full cycle here. But no bird. I don't know if it spawns. Maybe me standing here, because it does land like here. Maybe me standing here kind of messes with it. But I don't know the consistency of it yet. So I'm going to wait another full, or not another full. I'm going to wait a day cycle. And then if it doesn't come, we'll just do it again tomorrow. Alright guys, so we're at the bird bath. So you can see right there, right where my hit marker is in the middle, that is a feather. So we're going to go ahead and grab it. You need a level 2. You need a level 2 hammer to get it, which we do have on us. So all we need to do is get up there, and then we'll show you what we can unlock with that. I haven't seen it yet, but I'm excited to. Alright. Here we go. Okay. So we need level 4, or we need this bad boy. Requires chopping tool. Oh, chopping tool. My bad. 1, 2, 3, 4. There we have it. I think, did something fall off there? Did something fall down? Nothing on here. Nope. Doesn't look like anything fell down. Okay. So you can see we have the feather here. A wisp of a crow's jet black feather. A dark omen from the harbinger of death that soars above. Alright, so now let's go to the station, the science center, and see what this bad boy can do.
Science.
What was that? Alright guys, so there we have it. That was weird. Science. So now if we go to craft, we should have some new stuff. So we have a lean-to and a simple bed. Oh, it is a legit bed. Would you just look at that? So you need 2 feathers. We have 1. These things I feel like are going to be super rare. But there you have it. So it said a feather arrow, which I don't see. I just see a regular arrow. Maybe it's a workbench gear. I don't know why it's not showing up. So you have the marksman cap, which is this little badger. A finely crafted hat adorned with an inky black strand of crow feather, well suited for the hero that strikes from afar. So 3 crow feathers? That's mental. These things are so rare. But it is level 3. See, it's the first one we've seen. It's tier 3. So this is the feather arrow that you get, which is only tier 1. A fancy arrow crafted from sleek crow feather bits and strands of spiderweb. So it's literally... I don't get it. You just get 1 of them? Because it doesn't say... And it costs a lot to make. What the hell? So at least we have something to look forward to now. Something more, well, exciting that we can build. Alright, so I think that's it as far as the bird's concerned. Also, guys, I just noticed there's a bird feather right here. So we know that he sits on top of that, but I didn't think it would be this close. So there's actually a bird feather also on top of the ice. So we'll go ahead and get this one too. I'm hoping maybe they are a little bit more common. Alright, so yeah, nothing definitely fell. Just more crow feathers. We have 2 of them. One of the other things that's new in the game is footprints. So you can see there's a footprint right here. It's a pretty big footprint. Well, it looks big. It's probably a kid's footprint or something. But there's, I think, 4 of them scattered around in the garden. There's also dog prints, dog footprints. But this is one of them, which is right next to the baseball. So there's another footprint. If you have the... Everyone knows where this thing is. There's another one right here next to it. Looks like it's a bigger footprint. It's a little deeper. But there's another one right here, just next to it. It looks like the juice box is a little crazy right now. Oh, God. So something weird for me with the mints is... they're not giving me anything. What the hell is that noise? Oh, it's you! Oh! So the crow also lands on top of this thing. Good to know. Good to know. The one that I try and steer clear of because there's so many spiders underneath it. It's a beauty, isn't it? Alright guys, so we're at the anthill, the big anthill that's next to my base over here, which is located right here in the map. Supposedly there's a new chip inside of here, so we're going to go check it out. So there is the chip. I think it's just respawned though, because it's in the exact same place as the last one. But we'll check it out. We'll check it out at the end. So the ant eggs, it looks like, are spawning again. There's one right here. There's a broken one, so obviously some ants have came out. I know that was a thing. This is the first time I've seen them. So, good to know. Alright, so technically there was a chip in there. I'm pretty sure that's the same one we've got, though. So let's move on to the next one, which is next to the paint can, which is underneath the house over here. Alright, we're at the paint can. Let's see where this could be. Right there. You can see it's like... oh god. It's really in the paint. Stained burgle chip. Okay, so that's the second one. You can see. So we're looking at the house. If you're looking at the house, it's just going to be right in here. Alright, on to the next adventure. Okay, so in the status, the biometrics, we found another mutation. So if you have the mint on you, a plume of fresh mint dust envelopes you and sends a cool wave rippling through your skin. Cells activate a freshness layer to combat the sting of all that stinks and burns. Interesting. You may as well equip it since you can have 3 active. So with the water flea meat, you can't analyze it, but what I've guessed so far is you can make smoothies with them, or you can cook them for food. It turns out that the smoothie recipe for them is fiber, clover, and water flea meat. So we'll have to give that a try at some point. And that recipe supposedly makes it so you can swim underwater for a long period of time. So we'll test that out this week. Alright guys, so something else in this update that I thought was interesting is the locations to 4-leaf clover has changed. Obviously the ground's changed. Luckily, I had this marker that I set up when I didn't know what it was. I put a marker here, and I've been searching everywhere for it, and I found it. So right where my marker is, to the right here, if you go in the water, it's kind of, you would never think to come in here. But when you come in here and go underneath, it's right here. So let me try. I'm doing it for the first time right now. I'm just curious to see if you can actually hack it down this time. So, alright, 3, 2, 1, let's go. Sorry, I didn't bring my torch. Ugh. Alright, here we are. Do I have my torch? I think I do have it on me. I do. Maybe this will help. It's changed. The area has 100% changed. And there's 100% a way in right there, which I'm going to have to mark. Let me just see if there's anything new in here. Because it used to be different. It was on top of a rock. Looks like we've got some quartzite in here now. Surely there's something more interesting than a 4-leaf clover. Still no raw science, which kind of is mind-boggling. But, you know, it is what it is. Still nothing. Maybe, though, it's just like I thought before. That it's going to be something that's going to be implemented into the game at a later date. Is that a bloody duck? But yeah, as of right now, there's one way in. And absolutely nothing here. Other than the clover, which let's see if we can hack it. Yeah, no, it's still unhackable. But yep, 4-leaf clover. Alright, where's the entrance? So it's right here. I think I'm on... Yeah, it says sites, 4-leaf clover. So at least now I could probably go back to it. Let's test it out. There's got to be something here eventually. You know what I mean? Like, this is a long, like, swim just to see a 4-leaf clover. So I can only imagine eventually it'll be something. Alright. Okay, so now it says 4-leaf clover. So let's go towards the 4-leaf clover. Am I in the right direction? Sure am. So supposedly I am on top of it. See? I'm in the exact same location that I was. I'm right on top of the 4-leaf clover. And yeah, the sun you could see in the sky, you definitely can't see from up here, which is interesting. Weird. Alright, on to the next thing. Alright guys, so now let's check out these new building blocks. Let's see what these fences look like, because I'm planning on building something up here anyway. Little fence around here. So you have the sprig fence, which looks like this. Let's see, can I put it up here? You can. So it's weird, when it's like a corner one, it's 3, and a straight one is 2. Interesting. So I could do... I'll just put it here. Alright. I think we should... Yeah, we'll just do that. So there you have the sprig fence. Looks kind of cool. It's kind of nice. And then the other one, which is a little bit more sturdy. I need the thistle. Hold on one sec. Okay, so now we have the thistle. So this one's just a little bit more sturdy. And then you have this one. It's just cool. So you got those two types right there. I like them. They're both nice. They're both nice. So now you can walk up and not fall off. So I'll be putting this around my roof. But it looks cool. And then on the back side of them, let's see what it looks like. Okay, so you can definitely tell which way is which. Alright, I like it. I like it a lot. Well, there's that. I think all we have left to do now is head on over to the research center, or the wherever it's called, underneath the tree, and see Burgle, and see what these see what this chip does. Alright guys, last but not least, let's see what these chips do. Burgle chip. Hell yeah!
Is there anything else I can help you with?
I think that's it. Let's see what we can do.
3 bold quests around.
Actually, is there any cool quests? No.
If you have any extra
Alright, so these are the 2 new upgrades that you get. So there's the meat shield and the buff lung. So meat shield, a perk that teaches you to believe in your body, increasing your maximum health. Cool. And a perk that teaches you how to work out your lungs to increase your stamina. I think that's the one I'm going to go for right off the bat. So now I need to find some more raw science so we can get the meat shield. But that's good to know. That's good to know. Now we have all of them except for the meat shield. So it looks like some of them you unlock and some of them you can buy. Interesting. You inhale and your cells burn bright with an enhanced energy capacity. Equip. Okay. So stamina should be much better. I'll be honest, it doesn't look like it is. But I don't know what to tell you. Alright guys, we're going to end the video here where we left off. I'm sure there's going to be more things to come and more things as we discover more things. But I just wanted to get this video out there. We'll probably do another video tomorrow. Well, we will do another video tomorrow exploring some things a little bit more in depth. I do want to build a base on top of that table over there. Just a small one. Just in case for when that opens up a little bit more. Especially with the bird, with the crow landing on it. I think it'll be a good place to have a little base. So we can maybe farm some crow feathers maybe. Or just have a place that's easy to get to. Easier than getting all the way up onto the bird bath. But anyway, I hope you enjoyed. We saw everything. We saw the new tables, the new walls, or I should say fences that we put up top. We saw the crow scare the life out of me. We got the feathers. We got the new chip. We got the new little creatures that are in the water. Not in that water though, but in the water over near the bird bath. And yeah, let me know in the comments if there's anything else that's new that you guys have discovered. I'd appreciate it. And check out the comments if you're watching the video and you want to see something new. Maybe there's something else in the comment section. But anyway, guys, I hope you enjoy the rest of your day, and I'll see you tomorrow with a brand new video. Goodbye!